My wife's inherited IRA. Now, this is an interesting question, and there's more to the story that I want to dive into with you here in just a second. Let me find the email. All right, right here, right there. So this guy, he's Mike. Never thought of this, but after watching you for a year and a half, I've gained tons of knowledge. But this one I'm not sure about. My wife's former husband passed away several years ago. They were divorced at the time of his passing. My limited research suggests law treats her as if they were still married as to distributions. If not, has to. I don't get what he's asking. All right, so I'm not even sure what he's asking. I said, so the I emailed him back, said, is she still the actual beneficiary? And he didn't. So I mean, just all right. So a couple things here. I don't know how that works. If you're the ex-wife and you're still the beneficiary of the IRA, what's your inherited IRA stuff? I don't know. I would think it's just gonna be the 10-year rule like anyone else because you're not a spousal beneficiary. I'm not gonna look it up. Right now I just don't care. If you're interested, look it up. Again, so your ex dies, forgot to name somebody else as the beneficiary. You are the beneficiary. You get the money. Do you have a spousal IRA that you can inherit like a spouse would be? I don't. I highly suspect that wouldn't be the case because you're not the spouse. But be that as it may, I'm not going on a limb and saying either way. The the issue though that's actually kind of interesting. I said, is she still the actual beneficiary? He goes, I don't know. I have to check the paperwork. Okay. Well, how would you even like? I don't understand. Like I was sitting there, I'm like, that's the first priority is you check the paperwork. And this is the issue I want to focus on, my friends. When's the last time you looked at your beneficiary designations? It's a big look. It doesn't matter. Let's say Mike's wife, we'll call her Linda, hated her ex-husband because her ex-husband was the biggest clown since that Murdoch guy in South Carolina. If Linda hasn't renamed her adjusted her beneficiary designations and dies, her ex-husband gets the money. It's law. Whoever is the beneficiary, the designated beneficiary, you went and affirmatively took action to name Murdaugh as the beneficiary, he is getting the money, even if he's the biggest creep since freaking sliced bread. You see what I'm saying? So you got to update your beneficiaries, dudes. The will doesn't speak to this. The will's literally the will has no clue who your beneficiary designations are because a beneficiary designation bypasses probate. What is probate? A public proving of your will. So we don't use a beneficiary designation. We use beneficiary designations to avoid probate, which inherently means it avoids the will. We've had case study on top of case study, case law of friggin' Joey Clownface, cheating on his wife and doing all this stuff, and then the beautiful princess bride wife still forgets to rename Joey Clownface. So Joey Clownface she dies. Joey Clownface gets the money, gives it to all his freaking floozies out there, and nothing can be done. She did not change it. Thus, as she said at her death, she wanted Joey Clownface to get the money. You gotta fix this, dude. So if you're a second marriage, and this is the issue we have to deal with a lot with second marriages. And a lot of times, at least people I work with is fine because they just it's no big deal. But let's say your second marriage. So like my mom, for example, she was married to an older man. I didn't like him. He didn't like me. You know what I'm saying? And he had previous kids from his first marriage who were much older, not much, but older than me. And I can't say I literally did not care or not care. I was agnostic to, I didn't care. You know what I'm saying? But let's just say he named my mom as the beneficiary. All right. And he dies. My mom gets his money, and then my mom dies. It's whoever she names as a beficarybeneficiary is most likely to be us. She would have spent all the money, but just, you see what I'm saying? So I get the money from my mom's ex-husband. He didn't like me, and I didn't like him. And his kids are friggin', sucks to be you. You see what I'm saying? Just because of a simple signature on a beneficiary designation. Oh man, you can't allow this to happen, dudes. You can't. Now that didn't happen. I mean, I'm aware of because I got no money from it. Maybe there's $1 million waiting for your old buddy Josh out there. I highly suspect there's not because this guy wasn't worth very much. But anyway, be that as it may. Sometimes there are marriages of convenience. We'll just leave it at that. But be that as it may. The issue is if you're not updating your benefit, you're just wrong, man. You're wrong. And then it's odd. It's just weird. The email I got. It's like, well, you didn't. I mean, huh? Yeah, my ex-husband died 5 years ago when we were divorced, and now you're like, hey, is there like money to be had there? Well, I mean, I don't know, but do some research, man. If you're looking for money, it's on you to do the research. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you because I got a chuckle at the guy's email. I was like, something odd about this email, but I'm not gonna lie to you. And I get emails like this on occasion, like people are trying too hard, and i.e. trying too hard without trying at all. If you know what I'm saying, I say, yeah, I've been around the block a couple of times. Your old buddy Josh is. That's why I got a gray beard because I was like, yeah, I see what people are trying to do. And that's not to be disingenuous towards this guy. I'm just like, sometimes if it's a unique situation, it's best to do your own research. Let's just put it that way, because you're the ones gonna have to suffer or pay the consequence if you're screwed up. I'm not. Love your thoughts. We'll see you.